you're doing some fractional data leadership on your own. Could you talk to me a little bit about what that is, and then maybe a little bit about who generally needs that type of service?
Yeah. So for me, the idea behind that and understanding fractional data leadership is a lot of organizations view data as the golden nugget or the oil or the water of the organization. It's needed. Everybody wants it. Everybody values it. But then if you get down to brass tacks of, hey, you need to spend $500K, $2 million, whatever it is on FTEs to build a true data platform and a sustainable solution, it's like, that's too rich of a price tag for me. And you see it every day. Organizations either don't have data leadership at their company at all, or if they do, it's a proxy of another organization. And so I've worked at organizations where the data leader is underneath finance. I've worked at organizations where data leader is under operations, under marketing. And so it makes a little bit of sense when it's under either operations, the CIO or the CTO. But even then, if it's underneath an organization, it's a proxy of that organization rather than working for the organization as a whole. But if you are under finance, marketing still has data, HR still has data, chief revenue officer still has data. They're going to be coming to you with data requests, and you need to fulfill that data request within your backlog. But you didn't get a budget. Your budget is part of finance in this example. And so if finance has 3 initiatives that are more important than the data initiatives, well, now you're getting the breadcrumbs of finance. And then within that, you probably have finance or financial initiatives for the data team. And then you have to take in all the other backlog requests. And so it touches every part of the organization, but it's swept up under an arm of the organization. And so your ROI is how much value do you provide to all of the organization, while the investment is a byproduct of an arm of the organization. And so I think there needs to be an industry shift or paradigm shift of how we value data as a part of the org. And it should, even if you have to report to finance or report to ops or you should have a direct line to the CEO, and you should have your own budget carved out. In terms of fractional data leadership and the way that I view it, because organizations don't want to make the requisite investment into hiring a full-time chief data officer. I mean, a lot of organizations don't have CIOs, some don't have CTOs. And so I think there is still, for all of those positions, but particularly around data, a way to extract some of that value, start building or laying the foundation and the blueprint around what those data best practices are, so that you either have somebody who can sit there and maintain or who can strategize with you on what the best way is to build something, so that you aren't having one-off engagements or hiring a data analyst who's now responsible to build out your full data infrastructure and builds out like the YouTube dashboard that you talked about for the entire business, and instead does it in a prudent way based off of their knowledge and based off of what they know is going to be a truly scalable thing in the future. And so I think any organization can benefit from it. Where I see the most value is for small to mid-sized companies that don't have the deep pocketbooks, that aren't necessarily going to go out there and spend 300, 400K on a chief data officer or give them equity in the company, but instead want to have somebody there who's there for 10 hours a week, 15 hours a week, 20 hours a week, just so that they can start understanding or building. And then once they gain the awareness and they start seeing the value of a good data infrastructure and how their data can be valuable to them, then they're going to probably start unlocking some monetary ROI, either through first order or second order effects. And then once they do that, then they're more willing to open up their pocketbook to say, all right, now we should hire a full-time resource, or we should fill out the organization and hire a data architect, hire a data engineer, and start becoming more mature within our practice of data.